G'day and welcome, my name is Matt and today I want to look at 3D printing and joining your local makerspace. Lately I've been doing a bit of research on 3D printers. I've seen them around the net but I've never had anything to do with them, so I figured I should learn a bit about them and give a bit of a go. So I've been all over Reddit and Facebook groups and watching the YouTubers like Makers Muse and 3D Printers Nerd and all the other guys that seem to be online, and so much information out there about them that it's really awesome for a newbie like me when it comes to 3D printers to get an idea of what's going on. But at the end of the day, if you want to learn about 3D printing, the best thing to do is print stuff. So what I joined the local makerspace, which here in Canberra is Make Hack Void, and made friends with those guys. I've been there a couple of times, and every time I've been there, they've been really friendly, really helpful, really chatty, and given me a wealth of information just on first-person interactions. So they showed me the printer the first week that I was there and had a bunch of questions and stuff. And last week, the second week I was there, I went in, I had a couple of models that I wanted to print off, and asked the guys to show me how to actually take the model, put it in the computer and send it to print. It's easy enough. Like, I just wanted to have somebody go, this is what you need to turn the printer on, you need to turn the switches on and do whatever you need to do. It actually turns out to be pretty easy. As long as the printer's turned on, you load your model up into the slicer program, which in the case of the TAS 5 that we're using is Cura. And yeah, you check your settings on the side for your temperatures and stuff. Make sure it's set up for the ABS plastic and that, and then you send it to print. And if you have a really good printer set up really well, you end up with a really nice model. And it's hard to see a bit, but this is the model that I printed on my first try. It's a little microphone clip for a Rode Video Mic Me. So this one here, which is the one that goes on your phone, it's got the little TRRS to go, plugs into your phone so you can get better sound on your phone. But my idea with this was to allow me to use the same microphone but on the camera. On a camera like my EOS M or my 650D or any camera, any DSLR or anything that shoots videos. So it's just a cold shoe mount that slides into the top of the camera. Take the camera and the microphone and the clip, just clip it in like that. And then you can use a cable like this one, which is the one for a Rode SmartLav, to plug it into a normal recorder or your camera or something. And you can just connect it to there and then just connect it to the input of the camera. And then magically I have a DSLR directional microphone for my camera. But anyway, the clip itself is more of a test than an actual product, because in practical use, a microphone mount like this, particularly on something like a camera that you're going to be moving around a lot, is going to be a little less than ideal, because you get a lot of vibrations through the actual shock mount and that's transferred directly into your microphone. And so the Rode Video Micro, which is the one that is for the DSLRs and mirrorless cameras or whatever that has a microphone input, actually has the Rycote Lyre licensed plastic big wing shock mount thing. So the original file for this actually has those shock mount wings in there, but for my first test I just wanted something that I knew I could print out in an hour or half an hour. This took about an hour to print all up, but I just wanted something that I could send to the printer, get there, have a bit of time to talk and mess around before we started. And at the end I didn't want to be kind of still printing while everybody else wanted to go home at 9 o'clock at night. So yeah, made it nice and simple. I should mention that I didn't actually model this entire clip itself. I took the original one from Thingiverse and have modified it to this shape. I'll link in the comment section a link to the original file for this, and I'll probably send also the link to this one if you want to print it. For my first print, I actually got a really good print out of it, I think, but there were a few little issues. The main one being a slight bow caused from the arms of the clip lifting up off the printer bed. So there was no raft or brim on this. It was literally just straight onto the print bed laying down like this. And yeah, you can kind of see, or you might not be able to see on the camera, but you can kind of see the clip kind of lifts up a bit at the tips. So next time I might try printing a brim on it or something to try to avoid that, particularly when I get into printing a bigger one. But other than that, there was a little bit of stringing, but literally just broke off in my fingers, and got an almost perfect print out of it, I think. And the other things I wanted to check with this printer was, with this model in particular, was to see if the clip was actually compatible and the right size to suit the microphone, and whether the hot shoe was the right size and wasn't going to cause me other issues. But as it turns out, they're both pretty much perfect. So far, the little clip has held up with repeated removing and inserting the microphone into the clip, so I'm pretty happy with that. Seems to hold pretty sturdily. And the other key point is that it does insert fine into the hot shoe mount of the camera, and it is fairly well holding in there. Yeah, so my next step will be to take this one and print the model with the Lyre shock mount wings on it, so then I can test that one and see how well that one works. Alright, so that's it from me for this video, so I hope you found this interesting, and I'll see you again next time.